So the green light on the Digi flag signals the start of the sighting and formation lap of the Mini-Max and Mini-Rookie Rotax Max Challenge Belgium final for round 3. Here is your starting order, and after a dominant display, winning by over 8.5 seconds in the pre-final, despite having a 5-second penalty, Vince van der Hullen starts on pole position in the 130. Despite being slightly wounded on the right forearm, Vic van Kampenhout has kept himself at the sharp end of the grid and lines up on the outside of the front row in the 124. Jack Freeman in the 193 starts on the inside of row 2, joined by Belgium's Jeff Verbeek in the 126. Maria Roberto and Leon Herboz, 152 and 198 round out row 3. Ahead of Jenthe Moonen, with Tristan Abeels leading the Mini Rookie Brigade in 8th place. They round out row 4 with Noah Stayhouder in the number 12 and the UAE's Jensen Hammond in the number 22, rounding out the top 10. AJ Berggraaf, Liam Hauger, Devrim Yates, Jesse Moonen, Jack Dupre, Dayan Habits, and last but by certainly no means least, on the inside of row number 9, and the last competitor, Victor Hoyts from Belgium in the 176. These drivers will go into battle for 10 minutes, plus one additional lap. We'll have 2 more to go, as we'll have Junior RMC Belgium Round 3 final and Senior RMC Belgium Round 3 final to curtail the on-track activities here at the circuit. So it's all down to that textbook start, and especially if you are on the front row, Van Kampenhout has got to anticipate Van der Hullen, as the 124 will be on the outside of the front row, and that is a very tricky part of the circuit to negotiate, because that puts you on the outside line for the 2 right-handers at turn 1 and the hairpin at turn number 2. Drivers come through the Michael Schumacher S. Ahead of the lights going out into the tram lines. Revs rise, lights are out, we're underway, and a side-by-side drag race down towards turn number 2 between 3rd and 4th, between Jack Freeman and Jeff Verbeek, as Vince van der Hullen has the lead going into turn 3 for the first time, ahead of Vic van Kampenhout, Jack Freeman, Jeff Verbeek. Leon Herbo's got the jump on Maria Roberto on the early stages. Liam Hauger gets past AJ Berggraaf and goes up into 11th position as the field makes its way through into towards turns 8 and 9. And now up the hill, Van der Hullen having at least a 4 to 5 kart length lead, but Jack Freeman right on the coattails of Vic van Kampenhout going through Mudkurve into the Schumacher S. And might get the run coming out of the final corner. He might, he's made a little bit of a stumble there as Jack Freeman, which means that Jeff Verbeek and Leon Herboz are right with the 193 from the United Kingdom. So a 4-way battle, make that 5-way battle for what is third place at the moment, with Maria Roberto and Jenthe Moon enjoying the back of the train as Jack Freeman. Has he lost a position? Possibly to Jeff Verbeek in the battle for P3 behind Vic van Kampenhout. Down through they go at turns 8 and 9, up towards Mudkurve at turn number 10. And Jack Freeman looks to be now down he's in 4th place. He's swarming all over the back bumper of Jeff Verbeek, heading through Mudkurve and through the Schumacher S. But more to the point, the train is further elongating behind the drivers, as now AJ Berggraaf gets in between Tristan Abeels and Noah Stayhouder. Berggraaf now up into 9th and is charging forwards. We're on to lap number 3, and the advantage that Vince van der Hullen has got over Vic van Kampenhout now is about a second. Jack Freeman trying to go tight on the inside at turn 5, but not able to get close enough to Jeff Verbeek to make the move, but he's got company from behind. Leon Herboz and Maria Roberto round out the top 6. Moonen Jenthe Moonen in 7th. Tristan Abeels leading the rookie class in 8th, ahead of AJ Berggraaf. It could be the fact, well, Jensen Hammond has definitely picked up the pace. The number 22 running with Brand Racing under Danny Brandt himself, and a big thank you to Tony Hogg, who decided to Give him a bit of a shout out in the chat. But Jeff Baker's got past Vic van Kampenhout. Got through round the outside at turn number 2. And now Jack Freeman trying to see if he can make any inroads at the moment. But the thing is, he's a bit too far back. They're coming down the hill once again, through into turns 8 and 9. And once more, up the hill towards Mudkurva go the this gaggle of cars, 7 of them. And that is from second backwards. In the meantime, definitely hotly contested is the mini rookie classification. Yet Moonen gets past on Maria Roberto. Dive bombs and overtake attempts happening into turn number 2. And Maria Roberto loses out to AJ Berggraf in the meantime in the 171. So with 6 minutes and 20 seconds still to go, plus an additional lap, Van der Halen is away and clear by the tune of just over 2 seconds. Jeff Verbeek, Vic van Kampenhout, Jack Freeman, Leon Herbos, Jens Moonen, Maria Roberto and AJ Berggraf. Well, AJ Berggraf ahead of Maria Roberto. Oh, Jens Moonen trying to go a little bit wide coming out of Mudkurva. Behind Leon Herbos to get the carry through of momentum. It's not paying dividends at the minute. Maria Roberto at the end of a 4-cart train should get a really nice tow. Tristan Abeels, has tumbled. Tristan Abeels has dropped down to what is 15th on the road, according to the live timing, which means now, well, Noah Stayhouder is down to 12th, which means Jensen Hammond, who's now 9th, according to the live timing, now takes the lead in the rookie classification. I'll keep an eye on the on that outside of the commentary box window, because Van der Halen is about to come through the Schumacher S, and then the floodgates open behind. So at the minute, well, there is a change. Jensen Hammond is leading the rookie class, just fractionally ahead of Noah Stayhouder. They round out the top 12. But AJ Berggraf is now up to 7th overall and is chasing down Jens Moonen and Leon Herbos and Jack Freeman, and is gunning for at least a top 4 position. The number 171 from the Netherlands for SP Motorsport has an opportunity to get a top 3 within the next 4.5 minutes plus an additional lap. And these laps are going by very, very quickly. Some great close quarter action as Jeff Verbeek trying to stretch a lead over Vic van Kampenhout. That now expands to about 0.3 of a second between the 126 and the 124 as they go through into turn number 2. And AJ Berggraf fatted again. I think might have just gotten past another cart going through into turn number 2. And Jens Moonen was off the track and sideways into turn number 4. And we might have a yellow flag. Yes, we have a yellow flag being shown ever so briefly at turn number 5. So someone might have had an off-track excursion and then rejoined and had to keep the throttle planted. Oh, dearie me, that was Liam Hauger, I believe, that went off at Mudkurva and just brought on a load of gravel onto the circuit, which was the case. Yellows at turn 5 are being indicated now. So Jack Depré in the 153 is not taking any further part of the race. So Jack Depré might have gone off, very much possibly in the not quite the same vein as Victor Reutz did. But yeah, Jack Depré off at turn 5. And that is the 153's race done and dusted. 2 3/4 minutes to go, plus an additional lap. And Vic van Kampenhout is not giving up, not giving in. No pain, no gain was the statement we agreed on Friday night after on-track action had concluded. And Van Kampenhout is trying to get that a little bit quicker than Jeff Verbeek, but he's struggling a little bit at the moment, obviously with the discomfort of the right forearm, which is bandaged up. But then Jack Freeman rounding out the top 4. AJ Bergdorf has just fired it through up the inside at turn 5 on Jenthe Moonen and has just got through. Maria Roberto and Leonhard Bose are battling away. Roberto looks to be up into 7th place. Devin Mieta, Victor Reutz ran at the top 10. Reutz started down stone dead last. And Jensen Hammond, where's Jensen at the moment? I think he's still leading. He's currently sitting in 11th position, and he is still leading the mini rookie class. Noah Stayhouder second and is 12th. And Jesse Moonen, the younger sibling of Jenthe, who's currently P6 at the moment, running 3rd in class and 13th overall. Another attempt by a driver trying to go up the inside through at turn number 5 as someone's gone a bit wide. Coming out of the corner. I'm not too sure who that might have been, but looks to be on an OTK chassis as the top few drivers. So, right, okay. Now, who is currently... Oh, Jack Freeman's lost quite a few places. He's back behind. I think that might be Leonhard Bose. And it's AJ Bergdorf who's now up into 4th place from 11th on the grid. So there is Roberto, there is Moonen, there is Herbose, there is Freeman. So Freeman down into 8th place. Was running as high as 4th up until possibly some kind of moment occurred. Well, he was over 1.2 seconds off of Leonhard Bose, and more to the point, was about 2 seconds off of the pace of the race leader, Vince van der Halen, who is going to go on to the penultimate lap this time. So lap 12 completed. Vince van der Halen goes down through turn 1 into turn 2. Meanwhile, the battle for the final position in the top 5 is being contested by 4 drivers. Jenthe Moonen, Maria Roberto, Leonhard Bose, who's diving up the inside of the 152, stumbles over the curbing and does not get the move facilitated and completed. Victor Reutz, in the meantime, now rounds out the top 9 ahead of Devin Mieta. But Maria Roberto is really starting to pressurize Jenthe Moonen. Timer has expired. As through Mudkurva comes 2nd and 3rd, but last lap underway for Vince van der Halen. The number 130 from Belgium, Jeff Verbeek in 2nd, 4.86 seconds behind. 3rd is Vic van Kampenhout, 4 AJ Bergdorf. And it is nip and tuck between Jenthe Moonen and Maria Roberto, who's trying to look to see if she can get past at turn 2. Not going to happen there. Roberto's got to try and tee something up here and through maybe at turn 5, depending on Moonen. As, oh, dearie me, someone went off big time at a big lick of speed through at turn number 4 once again. But it has been nothing short of dominance from Vince van der Halen, who wins the final here at round 3 in Kerpen. And the gap is going to be substantial. 5 seconds, the winning margin, ahead of Jeff Verbeek, Vic van Kampenhout, AJ Bergdorf, and rounding out the top 5 in mini, Jenthe Moonen. Maria Roberto, Leonhard Bose, Jack Freeman, Victor Reutz and Devin Mieta round out the top 10 and your provisional Mini Max rookie winner. Well done to the UAE's Jensen Hammond in the 22. 11th place, winning by just over half a second from Jesse Moonen with Tristan Abiels. Noah Stayhouder with Jesse Moonen rounding out the top 3. Tristan Abiels rounding out the 4 mini rookie drivers in the class. Liam Hauger finishing as the last classified driver, 24 seconds off the race winner down in 15th, with Dayan Habits out on lap 8 and Jack Dupre unfortunately out on lap 6. But Van der Halen puts his dominant stamp on Kerpen for round 3 once again here in the final.